Okay, so I just barely finished uploading a video just today, and there are several other YouTubers that I like to follow, but after seeing two of them today, I might not end up following them anymore, or subscribe to them, I guess you could say. See, here's the problem, okay? These are three topics that I'd like to cover. I don't know how long this video is going to last, or how long it's going to take, because you know that I always ramble in my videos. But there's this one other YouTuber that goes by literally some black guy. Okay, I'm not making this up. This is a real YouTuber. You can go ahead and look him up if you want to. He goes by some black guy. Okay, no spaces. It's just what he goes by. And he has a lot of political points of view that I've at some point agree with. You know, he's got kind of like a misguided version of some things, but you know, whatever. It's like I said, everybody to their own opinion. But one of the things that I was kind of disappointed in is he covered his own version of what's going on with Mortal Kombat 11. I'm pretty sure all of you know what I'm talking about. You know, this whole SJW infused BS crap, the soy boys behind NetherRealm's already trying to change the rules and stuff, and how it's lost revenue with 43.6%. Okay, so like I said before, the numbers speak for themselves. This guy literally went on saying, oh yeah, you know it's cause there's this and there's that, and there's like some female characters that are like a little too covered up, but hey, you know what, like, it's still okay, it shows some skin, but I know that this game's got like social justice warrior infused and blah blah blah. And he literally saw that there was a comparison from Shao Kahn to President Trump, and if this would have been done to Obama, forget about it. You would have been here. You wouldn't have heard the end of it if Obama would be compared to a villain. I don't care how popular Shao Kahn is, or how many people this guy supposedly says, oh yeah, but everybody loves Shao Kahn, blah blah blah. I don't really remember anybody demanding to see his return. When he wasn't in Mortal Kombat titles after. Nobody really demanded Shao Kahn to come back, to be honest with you. But this guy's all like, oh yeah, well, it's because, you see, we shouldn't take it in a bad way, because Shao Kahn's probably one of the most popular villains in the whole Mortal Kombat series, and they're just making him look good. They're making President Trump look good by comparing him to Shao Kahn. Okay, look, here's the problem. I don't agree with that, okay, because yeah, you could look at it that way if you're just, whatever, I like to take things mellow, I like to be mellow about these kinds of subjects. No, if you don't want to take it personal that they're attacking your president, then fine, but don't start saying that it's okay because they're comparing him to one of the most popular villains in the entire Mortal Kombat franchise. Don't go there. Don't do that. Okay, you should be upset about the fact that the mere idea of adding political BS in a video game should be more than enough to upset anybody, because we don't need this shit in video games. Like I've said before, games are meant to distract us, not to remind us of everyday bullshit. Okay, so I completely and totally disagree with some black guy. Okay, he actually went on saying that you should get the game anyways, because there's a lot of cool stuff in the game. You know what, I can give a rat's ass if it has like the most amazing graphics or the most amazing add-ons or whatever. I could give a shit, okay? Because when you go around saying get it anyways, and I'm actually referring to this guy, this some black guy, when you actually go telling people, no, go ahead and get it anyways, hey, it's got its defects, it's got its political BS liberal ideology bullshit, but like, get it anyways. This guy is completely contradicting everything that he supposedly stood for, I guess you could say, going up against feminists and all these other organizations that are practically almost broken a lot of the most important parts of Western society. But he's still saying get the game anyways. So in other words, he's practically saying, hey, no, you know what, support NetherRealm, support Mortal Kombat. Doesn't matter if it's politically infused. Instead of teaching these guys a lesson, let's continue supporting them, so that way they never learn their fucking lesson. Well, you know what? To some black guy, I'm sorry to say it, but screw you. That's like so uncalled for. You actually suggesting that people get this game and supporting the BS that they've added into this game. And let's move on to another YouTuber. He goes by, well, his channel goes by The Quartering. And this was actually more of a different subject other than Mortal Kombat. He already had, a video talking about, the embargo and being flagged down and having his content removed because it actually had scenes from, or gameplay, if you can, gameplay from Mortal Kombat 11. So we already know where his position on that stands. He's completely against the whole thing. This time he actually went on talking about these the Twitch streamer tots, I guess, those chicks that depend on their sexuality in order to get viewers and pretty much get big bucks out of the whole thing. Actually, like convincing all these dorky kids to watch them because their tits are hanging out and shit. And he was talking about how there's these insiders, I guess you could call it, who watch all these streams and make sure that there isn't any streamer tots, and if they do find them, they immediately report them to to Twitch, so that way they can get removed or whatever for violations or shit like that. So I completely agree with him. I'm glad that they're doing it, as well as a whole bunch of other things that have been happening lately with all these streamers, with all these female streamers that practically are prostituting themselves in front of everybody, making it look so easy, but yet making it difficult for everybody else to get views because they're not attractive or semi or quasi attractive looking chicks with their tits hanging out. So I'm glad that that's happening, number one. But the part where it disappointed me in this guy's opinion, okay, is, oh, but you see, there's also these other Twitch streamer girls who use body paint, and they're almost naked, from the top. Like I said, their tits are hanging out. This time they're not wearing any bras or anything, but they're wearing body paint, and it's not like their nipples are showing through the paint. They're wearing pasties. Okay, he literally what to say that they're wearing pasties. Like that makes any fucking difference, man? To the Quartering guy, that doesn't make any difference. It's the same fucking theme, just some tweaks there to make it less offensive, if you really want to call it that. Just because there's pasties on the nipple doesn't necessarily mean that it's not the whole breast or breasts hanging out or bare. It's the same fucking thing. Okay? Now to both some black guy and the Quartering, all I have to say is this. I'm gonna give you some advice. Pick a side. Okay? Pick a side. Either it's all okay or nothing is okay. This goes for comedy. Either it's all funny or none of it is. So if you're gonna be having an opinion about something, that you make it sound like you're against it, and then at the next point saying, oh, but it's okay if this happens, or it's okay if that seeps through the cracks. Guess what you're doing? You're not doing any justice by saying those kinds of things. Right there, you're just practically saying, I think this is wrong. Oh crap, but I think if I keep saying this, I'm gonna get so much hate and so many messages and blah 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 blah. No, either it's not okay or it's okay. Pick a side. And yes, it sounds like whatchamacallit, they use it on Star Wars. Well, I mean, I picked a side, okay? If I'm gonna say something, I stick to my guns, and I don't make excuses for that. I'm not gonna go ahead and say something like Twitch stream girls or Twitch tots is not okay, but as long as they wear pasties, it's okay. It's the same thing. The same goes with this other guy, some black guy. If he's already saying and he's already noticing that there's political BS infused within Mortal Kombat, and that there's nothing but soy boys, practically behind the entire, development of the game, and he knows what this country is going to, and as a society, he knows what we're going through, do not go and say, but get the game anyways. That's just hypocrisy right there. Choose a fucking side. Okay? Just choose a fucking side. Don't go saying shit behind something or someone's back and then all of a sudden say, I didn't do that. I said it was okay. There's some things that I don't like, but it's okay with me. You know what I mean? That's where it really pisses me off. You know who has the most balls out of this whole subject, out of this whole nonsensical leftist ideology, and now even invading our video games? The only thing that I know for a fact has balls to call these things out is Nintendo. That's right, Nintendo. They've banned people, okay, from infusing their political ideologies within the game. And I'm talking about the Smash Bros, you know, the Smash Bros Melee game on the Nintendo Switch. There was an article, I forgot from where, but I saw it on Geeks and Gamers. I'm subscribed to this guy. He also has some things that I'm not okay with. You know, it's like I said, either pick a side or stand on it. That's what I say. But he mentioned on how Nintendo says no to all political propaganda, which is perfectly, I don't mind, even if they don't allow any Republican or conservative or Trump propaganda in these games. I don't give a shit. It's perfectly fine with me. I would prefer that, to be honest with you, rather than seeing someone else's political agenda, both sides, whether it be conservative or leftist or whatever. Nintendo is actually the only one who has the balls, okay, the balls to challenge everybody and keep everybody from posting all that crap up in video games, because apparently within the new Smash Bros game, you can design your own arena and a multiplayer, and people can just visit into it, like kind of like it was with Little Big Planet on the PS3 and the PS4, where you could go ahead and look at other users' little maps and stuff and play through those. You leave a rating, or, you know, this was a great map, it was really cute, I love the theme, blah blah blah. And the same goes for the new Smash Bros Melee game on the Nintendo Switch. So this one user in particular, I'm not going to say who it is or what it is. If you want to go ahead and look up the article, you can go ahead and look it up. Apparently this one user created a background or an arena with the LGBTQ flag in the back. So the people at Nintendo saw this, and guess what they did? They removed it, and they I guess you could say punished this user for 9 days. 9 days of not being able to play multiplayer on Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Smash, or whatever it's called. I don't have the game, I don't play the game, I don't have a Nintendo Switch. If any of you actually would like to donate one, you know, just, you know, DM me. But basically Nintendo said that they don't want any propaganda. No propaganda at all. No Trump, no Hillary, no Bernie, no nothing, no LGBTQ, no Second Amendment right bullshit or anything like that. They don't want any of that in their game, and I say bravo to the people at Nintendo that they stepped up and that they're setting an example. That they don't want any of that crap within their games, because games are that, a distraction, to have fun, not to pay attention to the everyday bullcrap we see. Nintendo, I salute you. I have a lot of respect for your brand. I'm not a huge customer of Nintendo. I've grew up with Nintendo, but with what you did is making me want to start buying your products all over again, because that shows a lot of balls, and as a gamer, that is amazing. That is awesome. I support it. I salute you. And I hope that maybe this serves as an example to both Sony and Microsoft, because we really need to get our shit together and stop all this political infused BS. Okay? And like I said, to some black guy and to the quartering, I completely and totally disagree with your half-ass points of view, because that's what they are. They're half-ass points of view. Okay? No Twitch streamer tot should be allowed to do any of that, and I don't care if they have pasties on their nipples. And no, some black guy, people shouldn't buy MK11 because they'd be supporting the cause. So, you know, hopefully this serves as a lesson, or, you know, an example or whatever. So that was it. Another video in just a very short time. I hope you enjoyed it, and hit that like button, subscribe, also hit that notification bell whenever one of my other videos come up. Leave a comment, tell me what you think about these two YouTubers' opinions on these two different subjects. Let me know what you think about Nintendo actually being the first of three major consoles to actually step up and say no to political BS. If you support it, you don't support it, and why would be really cool. So thank you very much. This has been your friendly friend Andy Gamer Chanel signing off, my friends.
Scorpion wins. Fatality.